Well, rough go last time out. I mean, it was a good fight. It just didn't end up in the right fashion. I just wanted to kind of hear what lessons you learned, what you took out of that last fight.
Just to be more mentally prepared for everything. My focus wasn't all the way on the fight, and it's pretty much my fault. So, and don't let outside distractions hinder you, or just learn how to push that away. Because I tell people that at times you can be in the best physical shape ever, but if you're mentally broken, you're done before you even fought. So, but this is basically it.
Well, that's interesting because it did seem like, fight started out good, but then it seemed like by the second round it looked like you were exhausted. But you're saying maybe you were in good shape, but there were some mental issues?
Yeah, I'm not blaming it on that. A fight is a fight. You have to be prepared, but it's just a lot of things just happening that week. I don't want to touch base on them, but it's just a lot of things happening that week.
Interesting, just like personal things in your family.
Things.
Totally understand it. Well, it ended up being an interesting year for you, man. I mean, highs and lows, right? To the very top, and then obviously a knockout loss. So, are you glad you put that year behind you, or is it one you took some lessons out of? What did you think about your year overall?
I never really put anything behind me. It's always something that I can learn. When I fought John, it told me that I belong, in the top of the division. Even my loss that I had, it told me what I need to work on. It's just like, okay, if you have certain outside distraction, if you're not mentally there, you have to some way learn how to channel that. So that's why, my coach Eric, he goes harping on mental skills training. And I'm not gonna lie, at times it's worse than actually physical training. I rather physically exhaust myself at times instead of doing the mental skills training. But the mental skills training, you have to do it because it's gonna make you that much of a better fighter.
That's interesting. What kind of stuff are you doing?
Eric, you can break it down. Just
do a lot of writing.
A lot of focus points on don't concentrate on a reward. You always gotta work on the process. The process is gonna be the reward at the end. So
this guy doing homework.
Yeah, like you need to go home and do this, and had an assignment. It's just like, okay, after every single workout, this is a list of things you got to fill out from scale 1 to 5. How do you feel? Did you feel excited about working out? And and a lot of times I'm after workout. That's basically the last thing I want to do. I'm like, okay, I had a good workout. Were you flat doing this workout? And I'm like thinking to myself, do I have to do this? And he's like, okay, you have to do it. And he'll give me this whole spill or mentally break down because he's been reading a lot of mentally challenging books and stuff, just about athletes in general and stuff. But I'm not the only one who's doing it. We got a lot of fighters in the gym to do it too. So, everybody got their flaws and stuff. And, as much as you want to, it's not easy just to go out there and fight. You just got to put yourself in the zone because, to be honest, you got somebody across the octagon who's going to try to take your head off. So if you're not there mentally, you're broken already. So,
that's interesting, man. So I think it's such a mental sport. People forget about that sometimes.
Oh, yeah. So. And I think one of the guys that actually does it the best is Conor. It's Conor. You see a lot of fighters come in and they're beat before they even get in there. So, but he's also the type of guy who, he knows how to prepare himself mentally. When he does that, you can tell, you can see him when he's training, he's meditating, or how he's taking everything in, or how he's breathing, and that mentally challenging. Like my trainer and I was talking today, just like, you want to be confident within yourself, but along comes confidence. Along comes with that, you have to be cocky. You have to be a little cocky. You have to be a little arrogant. You have to be a bit conceited. Because if you're not, you don't have the qualities of being confident.
It's funny. I've always said, I never get it when fighters are criticized for being cocky or being. I'm like, if I was locking myself in a steel cage with a man on the other side of it that's trying to do me damage, I better damn well feel pretty good about myself.
Exactly. It's hard. I try to be humble at times, and I try to be humble at times, and it's good just because I'm more reserved to myself. But at the same time, I find out I'm better when I'm actually have that kind of swag effect, and in order to have that, the cockiness, the conceits come out. You got to tell yourself, basically, I'm in training sometimes, and I'm like, And I'm looking at people, I'm laughing. I was like, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna do it to you. And people look at me like, what? You don't know. I'm telling you that, but I'm already in your head. Then when I actually do it to you, I just broke you right there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, let's talk. I mean, you said you got the confidence to know that you belong with the top in the division, and now you're facing a newcomer with the change of opponent. What did that do? I mean, I imagine that had to kind of affect you a little bit. And did you have to consider, do I still take this fight? Do I not? How'd that process go?
I mean, the consideration went through, but I've been training so hard for this camp, and I've been feeling so good. My trainer Eric and Joe have been on my ass the whole entire time, and that been so beneficial for me. So of course I was like, look, I'm a fighter. That's what I do for a living, and I'm gonna overcome anything. So he's a newcomer. The thing about having newcomers, either one or two things gonna happen. Either you're gonna get the UFC jitters like everybody else does, or he's gonna just embrace everything. But at the end of the day, he's just like, the way I think about it, this is, you've never fought Ovince Saint Preux before. So I don't care who you are, regardless if I get beat. If you fight Ovince Saint Preux, you're gonna remember me regardless. So, definitely a new opponent. He took the fight on last minute. I've been getting in shape, getting ready for this fight, and I feel sharp in every which way possible. So we'll see how it goes. I think it's gonna be a pretty good fight.